Hello everyone, this is Yunxi, a student of ECE department. This is my midterm project of IE 537. Today my topic is vulnerability and risk assessment of BASF SE. Here is my outline for today's presentation. So first I want to come to the introduction to BASF. BASF SE is the largest chemical company in the world, and it's headquartered in Germany. That is a European company. Its business covers several areas: chemicals, plastics, performance products, functional solutions, and so on. At the end of 2013, the company employed more than 112,000 people. Despite the size and global presence, BASF has received relatively little public attention since it's abandoned the customer product lines in 1990s. In this project, I did the security and vulnerability assessment for BASF. Basically, the risk and safety analysis essentially break down into two types: quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative analysis just have two fundamental elements. The probability of an event occurring is the first one, and the second one is the likely loss should it occur. Quantitative analysis is the most qualitative analysis, the most widely used approach to safety analysis. In this kind of analysis, probability data is not required and only estimated potential loss is used. For my project, all of the analysis focus on the qualitative analysis. This page is a self-assessment result of BASF in 1999. This result is quantitative analysis. The light blue means 1999's result, and the blue means 2000 years result. We can see that the average assessment score of every aspect improved during this year. Target of BASF is 4.0. Practice in place, but the target is still not reached. Environmental protection, employee health and safety, process safety were being performed well and nearly reached BASF target. Process safety and distribution safety's performance was excellent, even though it still didn't reach the target. However, the product stewardship was still poor. Next page. Next, I want to talk about the threats we need to consider for BASF. Basically, I just discussed three threats. First is the fire and bomb threats. Second is cyber attack threats. And finally is radical environmentalist threats. For the fire threats. Fire threats and bomb threats are sorted together because bomb also caused a fire for a chemical factory. Fire may ignite flammable material and cause explosion. For chemical plant, the fire consequence may be beyond the calculation when it causes toxic chemical spill and contaminates surrounding environment. Here is a related incident here. Is Boston bombings. It's on 2013 April. If the attack happened in a chemical factory, the consequence may be even worse. And next, I want to talk about the cyber attack threats. Terrorists could get the permit of plant and enter the plant by cyber attack. They can get toxic reactant after enter the factory. Terrorists can also get the manufacturing technology of several kinds of harmful chemical reagent. because they get the permission. And the related instance is September 2013. The Gmail username and password were stolen. 5 million of the usernames and passwords are stolen. If that happens in chemical factory, the terrorist get the username and password of one of the employee of BASF. It may place the factory in great dangers. The final threat is the radical environmentalist threats. As a chemical factory, waste disposal and waste air emissions can't be avoided. Thus, BASF could also become the target of a radical environmentalist. Although radical environmentalists insisted that the actions targeted objects and property, not people. Sometimes they may break the safety of BASF's working environment and endanger the personal safety of BASF's employees. Here is a related instance. That is United States Forest Service station was burned to the ground by the radical environmentalist in 1996. So it's really happened. Next, I want to talk about the vulnerabilities faced by BASF. The vulnerabilities are divided into 3 parts. One of these vulnerabilities during the production process. The second one is the distribution vulnerabilities. The third one is environment protection vulnerabilities. The first one, during the production process, fire vulnerability is still the most important risk during production. Yes, it's an accident. Even an accidentally fire caused by human error may lead to great damage to the factory. Instance, there is a very close. There is a instance in April 2013. This is the fertilizer plant explosion in West Texas. It killed people, and many people get injured, and even buildings is damaged. So its fire vulnerability is still the most important part. During this distribution, there are also a lot of vulnerabilities. If a poison load is not well fixed and it falls asleep off the vehicle, the inside of vehicle may get contaminated. And the car accident is also very important threat for any transportation process. So here is the 2 most important vulnerability during distribution. The next is the environmental protection vulnerability. Waste produced by BASF should be handled in great caution. And air emission vulnerability is also important. The contractor should comply with the legal emission limit values. Otherwise it will hurt the neighborhoods. After talking about a lot of vulnerability and threats, here I list some guidelines for the safety control. The first guidelines is the guidelines for process safety. Periodic group-wide process safety experience exchange meetings should be held, and we need to have the incident and accident database. And the use of mobile radio senders is prohibited in the neighborhood of sensitive electronic equipment. Otherwise, it may cause fire, maybe. And the next, a few guidelines all about transportation safety. First, at the inside of production installations, the maximum permitted speed is 5 kilometers per hour. and the second guideline is the center of gravity of the load is as low as possible to prevent load from falling or slipping off the vehicle. After the guidelines about transportation, here's the guidelines for environmental protection. First, BASF and its employees should identify, implement, and review all legal requirements and internal regulations referring to environmental protection for compliance. And the BASF should monitor and record emission into the area, water, soil, or underground water. Now it comes to the conclusion. Although the BASF SE is a huge chemical company need to deal with a lot of dangerous reagent, the security managed system built by BASF has provided a safe and security operation environment for the employees and customers. Questions? If you have questions, please email me. Thank you.